It's a sad day. Yes, it is. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. And before I get into this video, please remember to like the video and subscribe. It helps the channel out in more ways than you even know. Plus, it's free. So tonight was the much hyped about 10-year anniversary celebration of the New Day. As soon as we heard that this segment was going to go down, we knew something big was going to happen. And that's exactly what we got. If you've been paying attention to Raw for the past several weeks, you've seen a lot of friction develop between Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Last week, they almost came to blows. So this was the perfect timing for this story. You see them come out to the ramp, and you see different items of the New Day's past by the ramp. You see a big box of Bootios. You see different gear sets that they wore throughout their career. And they start their in-ring promo by sounding very genuine. They're thanking the fans. They talk about how they didn't know that when they first started, this was going to be a thing that was going to last 10 years, and how this is something that has evolved into something that they didn't know was even possible. And it was happening in a point in their careers that was much needed. Now, you see them start to tease a breakup. They talk about how they have had much deliberation between the two, and the decision that they're about to make isn't an easy one, but they feel like it's kind of the necessary one. And then we get the return of Big E. Now, you knew this was going to happen as soon as they announced a 10-year anniversary celebration. There is no New Day celebration without Big E. And Big E comes down to the ramp, and he's talking about how this is kind of the perfect timing for him to come back, because he really wants to unite the guys back together, get everybody on the same page. And from now on, he is going to be with them every single week. And until he gets medically cleared, he is going to be their manager. And you see Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston kind of make faces of disgust. Xavier Woods says, now you want to come back. Where were you? You have been preoccupied with much other different things you put over the New Day. You put your outside projects, your desk job, and even your new girlfriend over the New Day. And Xavier Woods is extremely angry in the face. And you see Big E talk about how he broke his neck. And this was cold from Kofi Kingston, man. He said, you broke your neck, so what? Steve Austin broke his neck. Kurt Angle broke his neck. Edge broke his neck. But the difference between those guys and you is you at least had two guys to come back to who was your family. And they bring up the fact how they felt like their career was in a stagnant place because they were waiting and they were put in a holding pattern and waiting for Big E to come back. And they basically let the cat out of the bag. And they tell the crowd that Big E will never be medically cleared. He needs to stop teasing the people. Xavier Woods brings up the fact that Big E didn't even have surgery. And he brings up the fact that he tore his Achilles off the bone and had surgery and came back in 9 months. And where has Big E been? He's a big, strong, muscular guy, and he still hasn't came back. And they're basically just gaslighting Big E the whole time to make him seem like he is the problem. Now, Big E doesn't want to let things end on that note. He says, we put in too much work for this group, and I'm not going to let it slide like this. He goes for the hug, and they tell Big E that he needs to go back to his desk job where he belongs. What is so funny about this segment, man, is they gaslight Big E into thinking that he's this awful guy, but they conveniently leave out the fact that they literally tried to replace him with Odyssey Jones. That wasn't brought up at all. I know they weren't going to bring it up because of the them having to let Odyssey Jones go because of the domestic violence situation. But it's just funny and the fact that they tried to replace the guy and it wasn't brought up at all. What this segment did was accomplish two very important things. It turned the New Day heel, and it injected much needed excitement into the tag team division, especially on Monday Night Raw. Yes, the New Day has gone up against many of the different tag teams on Raw, but now they have a fresh coated paint being heels now, and it really changes the dynamics of the previous matches that they had before, and it could really set them up for a big tag team championship run down the line. They haven't been heels in so long, so it feels kind of like a rebirth of the tag team. And the other thing that it accomplishes is I truly think in this segment Big E, it's not necessarily 100% confirmed, but it's more than likely now that I think Big E will be medically cleared sooner rather than later. And it gives Big E a storyline purpose to where when he returns from his cleared neck, he has a big match already set up for him that people are going to be emotionally invested with. So it's kind of a two birds with one stone situation. You make Big E's return to the ring bigger than what it was going to be previously. And it gives the New Day injected life into a tag team division that surely needs it. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think. How did you feel about this segment? Were you sad? Do you think that they did Big E dirty? Who was wrong? Was it Big E or was it Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston in the situation? Let me know in the comment section. I am Kevin Zwicker. Remember to like and subscribe. I'm out.